Good evening, teacher and classmates. I'm gonna tell you the Adventures of Tom Sawyer summary. But first of all, I'm gonna talk to you about the characters. Aunt Polly is Tom's aunt and guardian. She is a simple and kind-hearted woman, but she struggles to balance her love for her nephew and her duty to discipline him. Huckleberry Finn is the son of the town drunk. Like Tom, Huck is highly superstitious and both boys are always ready for an adventure. He becomes Tom's best friend. Becky Thatcher is the daughter of the Judge Thatcher. She is pretty and adored by all the people in the town. Tom falls in love with her. Joe Harper is Tom's best friend and frequent playmate. As the novel progresses, Huck begins to assume Joe's place as Tom's partner. Sid, Sid is Tom's half-brother and he's a bad guy. He enjoys getting Tom into trouble, but he pretends to be a model behavior. In June, Joe is the violent and the villainous man who becomes a robber and plans to mutilate the widow Douglas. He is who commits murder in the story. Muff Potter is a helpless drunk and a friend of injured Joe. Dr. Robinson is a respected local physician. Dr. Robinson shows his more sordid side on the night of his murder. He hires injured Joe and Muff Potter to dig into Hoss Williams' grave because he wanted to use the corpse for medical experiments. The widow Douglas is a kind-hearted friend of the boys, especially very kind with Huck. The Judge Thatcher is a local celebrity and he inspires respect of all the townspeople. Amy Lawrence is Tom's former love, but Tom abandons Amy when Becky Thatcher comes Tom. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the summary. Tom Sawyer is a young boy who lives with his Aunt Polly near the Mississippi River. He seems the most enjoy getting into trouble. After missing school one day and getting into a fight, Tom is punished with the task of whitewashing a fence. However, he turns the punishment into a bit of entertainment and tricks other boys to finish the work for him. He convinced the boys that the chore is a great honor, so he receives small objects in payment. Around this time, Tom falls in love with a young girl called Becky Thatcher. He suffers under a whirlwind romance and engagement to her before she shuns him after she hears of Tom's previous engagement with Amy Lawrence. He tries to win Becky back, but it doesn't go well. She refuses a gift that he tries to give her. Humiliated, Tom runs off and dreams up to a plan to run away. Around this time, Tom runs into Huck and they agree to meet in the graveyard at midnight to test a shim to cure warts involving a dead cat. The boys meet at the graveyard, which brings the novel into its pivotal scene. It is when they witness the murder. In June, Joe kills Dr. Robinson and tries to blame it into the drunken Muff Potter. Injun-Jo is unaware that the boys have seen what he has done. Afraid of the consequence of this knowledge, he and Huck swear an oath of silence. However, Tom becomes deeply depressed when Muff goes to jail for Robinson's murder. After another rejection by Becky Thatcher, Tom and Huck run off with their friend Joe Harper. They steal some food to Jackson's and go to Jackson's Island. They are not there long before they discover that a search party looking for 3 boys presumed drowned and realize that they were the boys in question. They play along with the charade for a while and then reveal the themes until their funerals. Marching into the church, they were the surprise and consternation of their families. Tom continues trying to flirt with Becky, with limited success over summer vacation. Eventually, overcome with guilty, he testifies at the trial of Muff Potter. He gets exonerated for Robinson's murder. Potter is released, and Injun-Jo escapes through a window in the courtroom. The court case isn't Tom's last encounter with Injun-Jo. In the final part of the novel, he and Becky get lost in one of the caves. Here, Tom stumbles across his arch-enemy. Escaping his clutches and finding his way out, Tom manages to alert the townspeople who look up the cave while leaving Injun-Jo inside. Our hero Tom ends up happy as he and Huck discover a box of gold that once belonged to Injun-Jo, and the money is invested for them. Tom finds happiness and Huck finds respectively by being adopted. I think that Tom is an unforgettable character. He's right into a person of imagination and heart. I think that he's maybe an underestimated person. The book shows us that the joy of the childhood is well, and the acceptance of change is well too. Most of it reveals that we all have a little Tom Sawyer in us. We might be correct and think about the other people over us. Thank you, that's my summary.